there's music in the air, lots of love is everywhere. So give me the night, give me the night. So come on out tonight and we'll be the other gonna ride through paradise. And if you feel alright, then we can be lovers, 'cause I see that starlight look in your eyes. Don't you know he can fly? And if we stay together, we'll feel the rhythm of the evening taking us up high. Never mind the weather. There's morning light. All the music in the air and lots of love is everywhere. So give me the night. 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 So give me the night. All there's music in the air, lots of love is everywhere. So give me the night. Give me the night. Give me the night. All there's music in the air, lots of love is everywhere. So give me the night. All there's music in the air, lots of love is everywhere. So give me the night. Give me the night. Give me the night. Give me the night. All there's music in the air, lots of love is everywhere. So give me the night. This is Black Missourians, Radio
'Cause
This is Black Radio, radio for the 21st century.
Hamzamo family, welcome to the Africa Today show on the Black Network. My name is Spikes, and I've been on the 20th day of July, the year 2021. I do hope that everyone is doing well, and I want to welcome you so much to yet another interesting episode of the Black Network Africa Today show, where we get to discuss different issues that affect us as a Black people globally, and I also seek to come together and also prescribe also solutions and also interact on the platform as well, because when we put our minds together, we can be able to actually forge forward as a unified people, because united we stand and divided we fall. I see already Sister Stacy Thomas is with us. You say na Jambo family. Jambo to you too. I hope that you are doing well. And I also see Stanish Penda Yose and Amani. Good vibes. Amani to you too. I hope that this particular day finds you in good health as well. It seems like there's a playback or there's echo on my end or a playback, but nonetheless. Zo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Jambo.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear. There was a bit of echo on my. I think it was coming from your end. Jambo, how are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do hear you.
Jumbo, can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a bit of a lag, but I can hear you. I can hear you clear. You can say hi to the family.
I'm doing good. I can't complain, man. Okay, there's a delay or so.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So, Jumbo family, how everybody doing out there today?
We are doing fantastic. Seems like we have a minute. It seems
Yeah,
like
so
you.
that was something I wanted to talk about that's been on my mind that
Okay,
I
go on.
haven't really heard too many people point out. And that was the fact that with the assassination of the Haitian president, they mentioned
Hmm.
that some of the assassins were you say what? It seems like what?
It seems like there's a lag. It's like a 1 minute lag. It's a long lag. I don't know if you have to leave in the stream, then try come back on. It's a long lag, or maybe it's a connectivity on my end. But go ahead. You're making a point about the Haitian assassination.
Was that spot?
Family, we're having a bit of a hit with the lag. I cannot really hear what I was always saying because there's a lag. It seems like the lag is too bad today. It takes like a minute or so to just hear what I was always saying. So maybe you can try get out of the stream, then come back on. Let me see if I can get you back on the stream, because it seems like it's getting crazy. Can you hear me now? It seems like the lag is like a whole minute. Can you hear me now?
I hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly go on. You're making a point about the assassination. Go on.
Okay. So I was saying that
Hmm.
they mentioned that the that individuals were of Colombian origin.
Hmm.
And when they said that, a light went off in my head because I don't know how long ago it was, but I remember discussing on this platform how when we talk about Christopher Columbus and that's actually referring to the Colombian faction of Masonic order, and how the District of Columbia does not talk about Christopher Columbus, but is actually referring to that Masonic order itself. So the assassination being coordinated and taken out by some Colombians made me realize that it was a Masonic hit, that they had something to do with that, that Colombian faction of Masons had something to do with the assassination of the Haitian president.
And we were talking about it. Was it yesterday or the day before? You're talking about it Friday. We were saying that was a CIA. The way it has been planned and orchestrated, and then they have actually been talking about the war. They have come up with a whole backup story to cover up the whole assassination, talking about the involvement of an U.S. businessman. And then there were the people that were actually arrested. The whole thing has now become a circus. But I think it was the CIA hit myself, and they have a reason as to why they want to keep the country destabilized. And also, I understand that this leader Moise was even speaking against the vaccination of the general population in his country. So therefore, he's not going
Yes,
along with the agenda.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. He was anti the shot,
Mm.
and looking at it, that was hurting the corporate interests of this nation and all of the Western nations that are heavily economically invested in this shot being distributed to the U.S. So because he wasn't in line and going along with the get along, he got gone.
And the question was why they even had to take him out. It's just a few months to the election. The elections was just supposed to take place in September, on September the 26th. But it seems like they were in a hurry to just get rid of him because yeah. Seems like he was slowing them
No,
down.
he had privy to information that they did not want him to have privy to. So
Mm.
he was exposed to some information. They let him know what the agenda was. He did not go along with the agenda, and that made him a liability because he then possessed knowledge that he should not have possessed. So they had to take him out.
Mm. And of course, right now there is the talk of having the elections that will go on. Some other civil rights, no, some other activists are right there in the country have talked about postponing the election. There is a whole lot of confusion whether the election will still be carried on, and whether if it still goes on, it will still be a credible election. They will actually just maybe put up another puppet in Haiti as well, so that they
No,
can continue the agenda.
none of the elections are credible. None of that. Yeah, their elections are just puppet shows in the first place, Spikes. The election don't mean
So
anything. They'll just put another
I,
puppet in place
what
that'll
we talking about?
learn from the lesson that was implemented here. The next puppet will see that they'll kill him if he don't do what they
There,
want him to do. So
there
he'll
are
be
no
much
elections
more
throughout the whole
aligned in
planet.
this puppet.
We are talking about Haiti. Keith, welcome to the broadcast. We are discussing a little bit about the Haiti assassination, and Zoe was
Yeah, you just
giving 2 cents about it.
I already told you about it. I said when it first happened, that was a goddamn hit by the United States government. Everybody trying to fall in line like they, oh yeah, yeah. It's the United States government hit, and obviously he went off the reservation about something, and they were trying to do plausible deniability, but it's hard to get out. Understand? Colombia has always been an American base. It's an American base of operations. It's their base of operations as they plunge their ideology into South America, as far as i.e. Brazil, i.e. Peru, i.e. Venezuela,
Hmm.
i.e. Argentina. So that's their base. Colombia's always been their base of operations. So um, you got no real understand. You get even America, like controlled by America. Globalists control it all. So you don't got any real elections nowhere on the planet. It's a game of kabuki. Like I said, it's a game of kabuki theater. You have no
Hmm.
real place, and when you do got maybe a real place, an election, they're gonna come and overthrow you. If you're not backed on their system of control, they're coming to get you. We know Magafuli was murdered. There's no doubt in nobody's mind. The Magafuli was murdered. You know, um,
He didn't want to play ball. And as soon as he died and got me murdered, all the things he was against are now being implemented within Tanzania. So we know if you didn't play ball, that's what's happening. You got a group of psychopaths that run the planet. That's why you got censorship on a mass scale. I had to update everything on the damn website. We're going to completely go on the website. We can still truth because they're going to shut down the internet. Period. These you got too much information now being shared. Even with their censorship, they can't stop the shit. Even with their censorship, they can't stop other platforms from sharing what's actually going on this planet. So they're going to shut down. Gonna be an internet blackout coming pretty soon as far as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, because they own all that shit. That's why you had Biden and that goopy ass Psaki talk, oh, we got to stop the internet and stop people doing their personal messages. Oh, are you out of your fucking mind? You hear what this crazy bitch just said? She want to stop this in your own mind. That you know you live in a totalitarian world. What these wicked bastards are setting up. How the fuck are you got control of my messages and what I'm typing out to my damn friends and family? That ain't none of your goddamn business. They're openly telling you we need to do this. Openly tell you some shit that's highly illegal, highly questionable, and then see if you're gonna follow along with the shit. Answer, we're not gonna follow along with the shit. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on, carry on. I can hear you. You're breaking up. Though you're breaking up now, so I can't really make out the last bit and what you're saying on that particular last bit. But nonetheless,
can you hear me now? Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you. I do hear you now.
Okay, I was saying you got a lawsuit in fact by these doctors and lawyers about this. You know what? There's only so many doctors and lawyers you're gonna be able to silence and make out of puppets when they know they got a mass thing going on globally. They're gonna be able to silence everybody. All these doctors are coming out and saying, "Whoa," because you're killing them out. White people ain't used to being murdered. The dumbass African he don't know what the fuck is ever going on. I just say dumbass I'm gonna say dumbass African on the continent. He used to get murdered and not know what the hell's going on. African American man, hey, goddamn it.
Keith, you're breaking up again. I see a comment by Sister Nisha. You saying it's the age of the Aquarius, and the age of the Aquarius is here. No more lies and secrets. It's the age of knowing, and people who will have the knowledge, they will get the knowledge and they will disseminate it. And I do believe that might give the people a chance on the African continent to also be on the know. And if not, some people you might tell them and they are already on the know, but they do not want to act on the knowledge that they do have. So that might also be another challenge. Even if you are in the age of knowing and the Aquarius, some people might just decide to just play dumb and play along with what is happening with this global agenda. Orlando Winter, you're saying the United States and France coordinated the whole assassination of Moise, just like the insurgency in Colombia. There will be a whole lot of more to come within the month. Africa will have some activity on high. Yes, already I do believe in Africa there is already activity going on, and for example, in Mali there was another attempted assassination of the incumbent president. He's not the incumbent.
Again, the French won his ass. The French won him dead. Understand, this is the French because they kicking the French out of the country. This is the French. The French hand all over this. And the funny thing about you got riots all in the streets right now in France, but they still gonna want to keep their control of Africa. They know where the bread is buttered, but you got riots all across France right now. People throwing bottles and all kind of shit. Macron's car. People punching officials in the face. They got them out there fighting damn officials. It's crazy over in France. See if you can put up some on YouTube. Or oh no, go to DuckDuckGo and say images of the French riots right now, French protests. So, white people they call protests, black people we call riots.
Let me see images of the protest.
They burning shit down. We can't say they burned down a bunch of those you know what centers. Bunch of those shot centers, they burnt them down to the ground. Over in France, they burnt them down to the ground.
Google has covered. I see it's already has been.
Not Google. Go to DuckDuckGo. But Google is part of the control system. You're never gonna get the truth of damn Google.
Google is saying that those are all photos that have come out from a protest in
I just said don't go to Google.
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
Go to DuckDuckGo. Yes. Google is part of the control system. Number lies and they got an invested interest. They got money in this, you know what? These wicked ass bastards. They're part of control. All these people will have to go to prison.
Images of the protest
the Nuremberg codes.
This is on a DuckDuckGo. Let me see the images that pop up in France. Images. This was in January. This was in anti-France protest continue. When was these thousands in France stage a fresh protest? Let me see which one is our most recent. New protester in France of security.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Spike?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Not completely. So what is it saying? What is DuckDuckGo saying? Old photos. Damn Google shit.
DuckDuckGo hasn't put the caveat on it. DuckDuckGo doesn't say they are all photos. Although I see there is Reuters have actually shown that Reuters says that hundreds of social media users have miscaptioned a photo of crowds aligning in the street of Paris by showing a recent pandemic-related protest.
Of course, they've been stopped. Exactly. Exactly. They're purposely trying to change the narrative, purposely stopping what's going on in France, all over the country. Country's burning. And like you see on YouTube, they're purposely stopping on Google, and Facebook, purposely stopping what's going on over there. Purposely stopping what's going on over there. Come on, they're just saying they're stopping on social media. Yeah, because the French.
Your audio cut off again, so I don't know what.
These are old photos. That's how you know. You got nothing but remember a lot of old photos. That shit's happening. It's happening right now, and that's why you hear DuckDuckGo. They're blocking all social media access to them posting pictures of what's going on and videos of what's going on in France right now. You got a revolution by overthrowing Macron ass. They might do it. Talking about Cuba, shit. You better check France, damn it.
What I see here is that they do say on a New York, the New York Post, the air protests in France against the COVID-19 health pass rules, and on these images they said that a view shows a burning back shoe allowed during a demonstration against the measures announced by French President Emmanuel Macron to fight the COVID outbreak in Paris, July 14, 2021. This is what they do say on a New York Post. And police in Paris crashed with the protesters rallying against President Emmanuel Macron plan to require a COVID-19 certificate or negative PCR test to gain entry into bars, restaurants, cinemas for next month.
Around the city.
Yeah. So Macron at this week announced
you can't trust the New York Post either. Can't trust the New York Post. Always try to find an independent source. Don't go like the New York Post, New York Times, Washington Post. Always look for independent source when you're looking up stuff, Spikes. Don't look at the damn mainstream media. Always try to go to independent and use discernment.
And on this, they also say the police have fired the tear gas on several occasions as pockets of protesters overturned garbage cans and set mechanical digger alight. Some protesters.
And the protesters ran. See, I told you, stop reading the damn narrative. Right? The protesters beat up the cop and ran their ass off, same way they did in India. Because you got the majority is you. They don't want you put out that. That's why you got censorship on everywhere. I told you got Pasaki. Oh, we got to stop people being having talking messaging people. We got to stop all the conversation going on. It's fucking on there. Lies and mistruths. The cops are getting their ass busted in the head in France. The people on the street, not the cops. The cops are getting fucked up. That's what's going on in France because you're the majority.
They say some critics on the Macron's plan will require shopping malls, cafes, bars, and restaurants to check the health passes of all patrons from August.
And they said no.
They accuse the president of trampling on our freedoms and discriminating against those who do not want to get the COVID shot. They said it's brutally, arbitrary, and wholly undemocratic, said one of the protesters who identify themselves.
Hey, France, you waking up. You don't live in a democratic country. You live in a wicked-ass oligarchy controlled by a few people that control your money. You better dial up the Rothschilds and Rockefellers with your dumb ass and realize who runs the fucking globe. They want you all fucked up like China because they created that wicked-ass Chinese state, that puppet-ass state of conformists. Chinese will do any damn thing. They conformists. The whole thing was trying to make the world into a communist China. And forgot the rest of the world is not Chinese. The rest of the world is not going to sit back and allow our rights to be taken away. It's like, fuck that. We're not no goddamn China. You always got to go. They got to have certain passes to move around the city and all that dumb shit. And they never show you on nothing on TV how fucked up China is. And the globalists in America never called China communist anymore. Last 30 years, they never said communist China. Ain't that funny? They tell you communist Russia, communism, all not against communists. While they were building this third world fucked up backward ass country into an economic power, they dropped the term communist China. Ain't that funny? This wicked ass fucked up country. Where you gotta have all kind of face verification, all kind of wicked ass shit just to go to the grocery store. That fucked up ass country. That's what they were trying to instill globally. These wicked, no good bastards. That's why they slowly captured all the media, all the countries. So when you put up a narrative and Google, these are old photos. These are old photos of people busting police in the head and talking about and burning shit up. These are old. Okay, if you call yesterday old, okay, then they're old. They're old. They're yesterday. Yesterday photos are old. Those are old photos from yesterday, Spikes. They're old.
And there has been, of course, on a New York Post. There was, of course, the comments that were also said by, like the ones I shared that were said by some of the protesters. So, I agree. If all was yesterday, then that is all there for the Google. It's all for Google. Yes, and that was from a protester in 2018, which is a post. But also, I agree with you. You were saying about earlier on. You're talking about Cuba. being the launching board, or being the place where all these other destabilizing will be taking place of, sorry, not Cuba but Colombia. Colombia being the like the launching board on of where all these other things will actually be happening. Right now, Colombia is under fire. Colombia is actually under fire for backing Cuba as a protest, while still fleeing dissent at home. The government calls for freedom of expression in Cuba as police mount brutal response to local activists. So there is a double standards, because for them there is also the oppression of the people in Colombia, but they are talking about the protest they are supporting the protests that are going on in Cuba. But I
Columbus
do think,
controlled by the U.S. Oh, it has been.
mm,
You think what?
I think the protests in Cuba might not really turn around the country. I think even when they're talking about what the media has done is really the media is making it seem as if the Cubans are striking so that they are protesting so that they can get the job, which is not true. They are not protesting so that they can be
That's a
brought to.
lie. People talking about no, we're not gonna take the shit in Cuba. They're not down there protesting. I just was in Miami, talking to Zoe yesterday. I couldn't get the shows out of Miami, fucking with the Cubans down. I just left Miami, just left it, fucking with the Cubans and laughing with their stupid ass. But they know what's going on. It ain't about nobody getting that shit. It ain't with nobody mass protest in the street. We want to be vaccinated. That's how you know the narrative is so many lies. You don't see nowhere in the country, nowhere in the world, nobody's in the streets tearing up shit to get vaccinated. That's a lie. Not,
But
and doing it against it. But Cuba is very complicated. It's not just black and white. It's very complicated. Heard these goofballs trying to explain Cuba. These new black media niggas don't know nothing. These fucking idiots. Cuba's very complicated. Heard that dumbass Tariq Nasheed. God, that motherfucker's like that. Why you keep listening to motherfucker ain't graduated high school? This motherfucker's I know he's a functioning idiot. Oh yeah, family, they're anti-black down there, man. They're anti-black. Dummy, those were the people that controlled the country to begin with, who got overthrown, stupid. Once you got overthrown, moved to Miami, dummy. So you got different factions within Cuban society. The ruling class got sent to Miami after Fidel Castro overthrew it. Those were your oppressors, not the ones in Cuba, you dummy. Even though it's still racist, not as bad as it was, but the racists are the ones you found in Miami, stupid. So you don't understand. Oh, these families, they're racist. There's those guys down in Miami not supporting the Castro brothers. They want them out. They want Cuba back to be racist and have their land back, dummy. But you don't know that. You don't know anything about geopolitics. You're a fucking idiot. Talking about building a museum. You don't even know the fuck you're talking about. You're a functioning moron.
that's a 7 million museum.
Doesn't know about your fucking geopolitics, talking stupid shit. Those audiences are child dumb, bunch of dummies. Listen to this idiot try to break down Cuban politics. You don't understand the fuck you're talking about. That's why you know this moron is backed by the damn white people. He's a fucking moron. Those people in Miami always been anti-black. You idiot. Those are the ones that fleed Castro when they was taking the country back and taking over their farms and all their damn plantations in Cuba that the black people were working on. You dummy. Like, good man, shut the fuck up. Motherfucker's a functional idiot. Him and that dumbass Jason Black. He trying to explain Haiti, don't know what the fuck he talking about. But black people don't know shit. Don't listen to. I said, man, I can't be listening to this shit, Mike. I go in there like, man, I got a headache. I said, these dudes are definitely paid agents. They both don't know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to geopolitics, because they both never been in any kind of black society. Neither one of these two goofy niggas never traveled. That's why his ass always in Hawaii or any place that's not with no black people. He's gonna try to tell you about black geopolitics in the world. Shut the fuck up. You a black authority nigga. You don't know the dynamics. You don't understand the culture. And none of you goofy niggas have been there. And you're talking about these people. I'm gonna try to analyze it, but you said you're against them, stupid. You don't understand the geopolitics of what are you even talking about, idiot. Shut the fuck up. Shit's crazy. The dumb being led by the dumber.
And there is also
That's why they shit never get taken down. That's why I told you niggas an agent. Remember they took his. He's supposed to say a little bit about the vaccine. They took his shoulder, but they didn't take down his channel. He get strike. He still came up, been able to do videos, live stream. Cause the nigga's an agent. I do one thing, talk about a little bit. Whole shows get taken down. Whole channels are gone magically. He got a big. Why is my shit get taken down? Because I'm not an agent ass nigga. That's why. I'm not a tool of the cracker. You don't know these two goofy niggas are agents? I don't know what to tell you now. These two goofy niggas try to sum up Haiti and fucking Cuba. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Yeah, they hate us. Yeah, stupid. Those are the ones that Castro kicked off of Cuba, stupid. Those were your racists and your people that controlled the country with Bastille. Oh, okay. Who's that? That was the last governor, you dummy. You fucking idiot. Go ahead.
I'm saying also that there has also been a transfer of power in the Peru. I think he also mentioned about Peru a little bit earlier, and they do have a new leader in the country going by the name of Pedro Castillo, who has been talking about the country coming together after calling for unity in the country, even with the opposition to come together and work. At the end of the day, seems like geopolitics in that region are changing, and there's new leadership right now, and of course
we're talking about no leadership. We're in Haiti.
No, Peru. In Peru, they have.
Listen, all of South America spikes is control. There's no new leadership. You gotta stop looking. You gotta start being able to think. You keep talking about there's no new leadership. They keep putting their puppets in. He's another puppet. They control Peru. They always have. That's when they put that wicked ass Japanese dude in there about 10 years ago. But hey, Google this for me, Spike. What was the Japanese descent president of Peru? The Japanese motherfucker who was the leader that the Americans put inside. He like Japanese, yeah. They put a Japanese motherfucker as the head of Peru about 10 years ago. He went around, started killing people and all kind of crazy shit.
Alberto. His name was Alberto Kenya Fujimori in Omoto, and he was the president.
Yeah. He renamed his name Alberto. That's what his name was, Fujimori or some shit. Yeah, but I'm gonna say my name Alberto. You know damn well Japanese parents that named this motherfucker Alberto, Spikes.
And he served as a president from July 28th, July 1990 until his downfall in November 2000. So he was in power for 10 years. His downfall came in November 2000. I didn't know about Fujimori, but yes, he was the leader of.
You don't know geopolitics, Spike. You don't know geopolitics. You think election people are free. You don't know how the world works. You still don't know. You still think everybody's free and if they change because they put some new puppet in there. No, Peru's not free. Ain't no fucking Japanese motherfucker named Alberto. The Americans installed his coon ass. He was trained over at goddamn School of Americas, Fort Benning, Georgia. They train all the puppets, like the other puppet they trained to go into Venezuela. That what's that puppet they try to get in Venezuela right now? Juan Guaido. the Venezuelan people. Who the fuck is Juan Guaido? He's your new president. We never heard of him. Don't worry about it. He's your new president because America said it. Juan Guaido. What? Fuck is Juan Guaido? And remember, everybody inside the House of Congress stood up and started clapping, Democrat and Republican alike. Hey, he's the president of Venezuela. We just didn't tell the Venezuelans who the fuck he was. He's the new president. According to who? According to the white supremacists. That's according to who? But Maduro's president. Well, he ain't president for long. We got Juan Guaido. He's the president. What the fuck is Juan Guaido?
That is how they impose their power, hard power and soft power as well. And that was
Everybody's a puppet, bro. Like, let me teach you a valuable lesson that you finally learned it. I guess not. Everybody is a puppet. There's no freedom within the planet. Everybody you see putting power is a puppet of that power.
I see, and I agree
I think
also
it's
with.
breaking up. Hold on.
I can hear you still. But I also agree with Orlando Winter, who says that Latin America, the only opposition in Latin America is the United States. There is no any other opposition in Latin America. So it's them. And you were saying nothing happened without the United States in Latin America. You are talking about Bolsonaro. Is it Bolsonaro, the president of Brazil? And he was in hospital, I think, for almost a week because they were saying he was having hiccups, and that was chronic hiccups. I think maybe he was also getting sent a message. He was getting a message. He was getting a message on what might happen to him if he persists in a way that he's not towing the line as to what has been laid down, the law that has been laid down by the United States. And they were talking about him having suffered from 2018 when he was stabbed. But all around the world, also these puppets also do get to, when their work is done. Some of them are just disposed in the most inhuman of ways. But of course, most of them are really not even human to their own people. But for example, these are Mali interim president. Of course, we did hear about the other one that was deposed. And that was through a coup in August. The coup did take place in August last year, and he was deposed. But when they are done with their tools, or when they are done with these puppets, they actually just take them out. Even if you are actually chosen to achieve this particular agenda, and sort of fall out of line, you will
Can you
actually
hear me
be
now, Spike? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I do hear you. Yeah, I can hear
All right,
you.
but let me drive this home real quick. So I go to another bad area. That's why you knew that the world was controlled by a few people, because the way they reacted to this, you know what? Everybody with the mask, everybody with the lockdowns. If you didn't have a world system of control, no, that would never been able to happen. The few places that they didn't have control, those people would die. The few places that they didn't have control, those individuals somehow took the dirt nap. That's how you know there's a small group that controls the globe, because this was implemented globally. Globally, this was implemented. Lockdowns and curfews and all this other shit. Now, nobody had a different thought. No one said we were going to go differently. That goes against the laws of averages. You can't have 100% of compliance on anything if you live in a free and open society, Spikes. If you have a free and open society globally, there's going to be some dissenting voices. That's the laws of averages. That's statistics. But you didn't have that but one person in Tanzania. So that goes against the laws of averages. So that should let you know, oh, there's something going on. This goes against the laws of statistics. So something is controlled then. You've been learn how to critically think. You should be able to see it. There's an agenda going on, and a few people control the planet. Everybody went along with this shit. Everybody. I don't care if you were sitting in a hut somewhere on goddamn the island of Bali. You was sitting in that hut with a mask on. I'm in Bali. Yeah, you get that goddamn mask on your face in Bali too. God damn it.
Doesn't matter whether you are in Somalia or whether you are in Mali or whether you are.
Mali, goddamn the island of Samoa. You're on a fucking island talking about some COVID. Ain't nobody came to your island in years. You walk around with a goofy mask and shit. I'm on the island of Samoa. What you doing? Man, don't nobody visit this island? Yeah, but they say the COVID thing's out there. I gotta get my mask on. The government of Samoa has dictated me wearing the shit. For what? I don't know.
also reporting of the Indian. What do you call these are the tribe that stays on its own off the Indian ocean. There's this particular tribe that stays on the west, and that the COVID cases are also there, and they do not know how many COVID cases, and no one really, really
Nobody
actually,
goes to the island, but it's there too.
they had them
That's
on island.
propaganda, Spike. No, it's a lie.
They had
Nobody
them on,
goes to the island. How to
yeah.
get there? Oh, it's in the air. Yeah, it's in the air. And well, are they dying? Of course they're not. But you gonna say they are. You know, they ain't got no goofy mask on there on the island of
They had them on island.
North Sentinel Island
Mm,
or the Alabama Islanders.
mm.
Unless they put a damn leaf around their nose. Look at my mask. Look at my homemade mask. I got a dirty leaf on my nose. But that's not sanitized. Yeah, it's a dirty leaf.
That is a place where not many they live on their own, isolated as an isolated community, or
Yep.
as an isolated people. But then again, every other minute you will hear over reporting talking about the number of cases. Who
How
actually
they
went?
know they have it, Spikes? How they know they have? No one did give them testing. No one's allowed on the island.
Yes,
They kill you. So who did the testing, Spikes?
I don't know, but if you look on the report, if you look on the reports, you will find
Look on the
these articles.
report.
You find these articles are going around saying they are so vulnerable. The coronavirus has hit the tribes of the isolated Andaman Island. No one will tell you. No one will tell you. No one will tell you who actually went to do the tallying or who actually went to investigate the spread of these virus on the Andaman Island.
They kill
But
you when they kill you when you go on the island, Spikes. So who did the testing? You can't even go on there. They kill you. So hey, you do good midget niggas, we're gonna do some testing. The hell you will.
um, and that is what I was saying. At least 10 people from the Adamanese tribe have tested positive, which is really some nonsense are going on. I remember also when they were reporting on the same in Sudan, they were saying, oh, they had to.
We gotta go save these midget Negroes from themselves. You midget Negro, all you midget Negroes got it. How we don't ever leave the island? Because you're a midget Negro. That's why. You got it because you're a midget Negro. That's why you got it.
So
But how did we get it? We said, how did we get it? We don't leave the island because I'm white and I say so. That's how.
that is a case that might be happening right there in the Andaman Island. But nonetheless, I see family. You saying it's sunny. Yes, the nigga was chilling with Epstein on his ex island. Who was this? I didn't get the comment from Adia. You saying there's only one power, and that power is the World Bank's run everything. All geopolitical ruled and controlled by the World Bank. All war and everything 100%. And also, General Muslim, thank you so much for joining us on the show. You're saying
It's called the Great Reset, fam. It's the World Economic Forum. I told you, start watching with Charles Schwab, nasty ass. You'll own nothing. We're gonna own everything. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. That's what they said. All them wicked bastards at that economic forum where they're trying to take your currency, make it a digital currency where you're forced to use their shit. And this is part of the whole scheme and scam called the Great Reset. That you go underneath their system some more and be more in control of nothing. Called the Great Reset shit. These globalists, you listen to some of these heinous ass things, you listen to them hooking you up to the Internet of Things. That's why I knew about nanotech. We're going to hook everybody up to the Internet of Things. We're going to chip your brain, have some shit in your head. You'll walk around like a zombie. I'm at the Internet of Things. You better listen to these wicked bastards. Can't talk that because we're not talking about any medical nothing. That's right there on you. That's right in their form. Google. Don't try to censor that shit. That's on your YouTube channel.
and talking
But
about
they
the
always told you they're gonna chip your brain and have you hooked up to the Internet of Things. So it's like
I'm saying talking about the Internet of Things, there is also the blame that has been going on with the US and Russia.
I want people to know how tyrannical this government and the world, because America doesn't control America. It got taken over in 1913. We know it was taken over in 1913. Everybody up there is a puppet. As a man, no one runs America. They're all puppets. So when you got them talking about, oh, we must take your private messages and block your messages. You talking to your grandma. He said, if your grandma's got an allergy, has adverse reaction to taking anything, you're not supposed to tell her grandma don't take it. You got allergies, and it'll kill you. No, you can't say, we're not gonna allow you to talk on social media, on Messenger. That you live in a tyrannical state. You don't got the right to fucking read my fucking messages all the time.
And of course, the control will also go as far as also
brother, my
bagging.
sister, my damn cousins.
The control, of course, also goes as far as also planting bags on your cell phones and also on your other systems when you do have the internet of things. Right now, Israeli has also been on the spotlight because there has been a spyware used to target journalist cell phones, and this was made by the Israeli. The Israeli company spyware was used in attempted and successful hacks of 37 smartphones belonging to journalists, government officials, and human rights activists around the world, according to an investigation by 17 media organizations. And they have figured that there was a lot of bargain, there was a lot of spying going on with these particular apps that has been made. And these are a little bit on the report of the same. I understand with Internet of Things, things might go crazy because people can also your devices remotely. They can be able to get a hold of all your information, also maybe control some of the devices around you that you have hooked onto your phone. And people also need to be very, very careful because
Why you gotta get a VPN that you can trust? Gotta get a VPN that you can trust. Mm-hmm. Find out who makes it first. Don't just get anybody make it get a VPN. What VPN, damn it? I don't know if the VPN might be created by the Israelis. Yeah, talk about just get a VPN. Israeli reading all my shit. But yeah, girl, I'm gonna come over there and holler at you today. Yeah, he's hard. That's gonna go over there, put a bullet in his head. A VPN, you gotta make sure you get a decent VPN. Go ahead.
What was happening?
They're licensed to an Israeli used to hack key smartphones around the world, from journalists and rights activists to government officials, including heads of state. That's according to a new report by Paris-based nonprofit Forbidden Stories, an alliance of 17 media companies. The report documents
nothing gonna happen to the Israelis.
Attempts using spyware called Pegasus. Nothing. Phones of two women who were close to Jamal Khashoggi.
I told you about Pegasus. That came from Edward Snowden. Like Edward Snowden told people about Pegasus about 7 years ago now. Go ahead.
And this is what has been happening. I understand they have even hacked some of the African leaders. I think the president of Burundi is the president of Burundi. There's one of the presidents I have heard about also. He's a phone being hacked.
You mean the puppet of Burundi? The president of the puppet of Burundi. They killed the other puppet. They killed the other puppet.
And now
then they put their new puppet in there.
And now they're spying on him as well. I believe they also other leaders whoever.
Hey Spikes. There are more spies in Nairobi than you have diplomats. Understand that?
Anywhere in Africa, I do believe that.
Everywhere in Africa. See, now you're learning. I'm glad you expounded on that. Everywhere in Africa, everywhere.
So any move, they know about any move. They will come at these guys as this and that, but they have been plus their spies
using spyware called Pegasus, including the phones of two women who were close to Jamal Khashoggi, according to the Washington Post, one of the media contributors. Khashoggi was working as a columnist at the Post when he was murdered at a Saudi consulate in Turkey in 2018. According to the Israeli company NSO Group, the spyware is intended to help governments fight terrorism and crime. It has blasted the report as full of, quote, wrong assumptions and uncorroborated theories. Pegasus allows operators to extract messages, photos, and emails from smartphones.
Washington Post is owned by Jeff Bezos. This is some CIA bullshit. You don't get part of the story. Understand that who created Bezos, CIA, and Washington Post is nothing but a tool of the CIA. So understand, listen to this bullshit with a grain of salt. Go ahead, Spike.
Yeah, they're going on talking about how these Pegasus can allow the extraction of our emails and messages, and also even control your devices.
Pegasus allows operators to extract messages, photos,
The
and
only reason why
emails
they tell you that because Edward Snowden goddamn talked about it, and
from
believe it's even more deeper than that now. But go ahead.
Yeah, it can also let me share these.
smartphones. It can also record calls and secretly activate microphones. The report
Yep.
did not detail who had
And your
attempted
camera.
why.
Not just microphones and your camera. You think your camera's up, they got your camera looking at you like Edward Snowden said. You think you're in your house dancing around naked, your phone is looking at your ass. Look at this naked bastard right here. We looking at you. We looking at you, you pervert. You get out the shower dancing all naked. Think your phone is off? Your phone is, as Edward Snowden said, your phone is never off. Your TV is never off. So every camera you got, you better make sure you put some black electrical tape over the camera because your camera and your microphone are never off.
I was saying sometimes back, even when it comes to the information access on Africa, it's very, very easy for information from the African continent to be hacked because, for example, with the satellites, the satellites that were launched into space, most of these satellites have been launched by the Chinese or the Japanese. For example, there was a Kenyan satellite that was launched, was it last year or last year, but one. It was done by the Chinese, and the Kenyans, I don't think Kenyans have any control over the information that is actually being picked up by these satellites, or even with the other countries that have had the Japanese, install launch the satellites on their behalf. It's really just continuing with the picking up of information from the African continent without,
that's all this like control. Unless you building your own satellite and controlling it, that's what it is. Hold on, my phone ringing. Hold on.
Referenced a list of phone numbers provided to the media organizations. Reporters identified more than 1,000 people on the list, including members of Arab royal families, business executives, activists, and from CNN, the New York Times, and Reuters were also included.
That is, of course, some of the individuals that have been targeted by these spyware Pegasus. And what is happening is that there was sometimes when there was a bargain of the African Union Chamber, and when it was back, that the incumbent African Union chairperson was saying that Africa has nothing worth. Has nothing worth. It's nothing spy worth. They were saying
it has the most thing to spy. That was dumbass Kagame, dumb puppet ass. If you have nothing to hide, you got the most thing to hide because you're the richest continent. Stupid, everybody stealing from. That's the most idiotic, asinine, childish comment anybody would even make. If they didn't have nothing to steal, the Chinese wouldn't have built you a fucking building full of damn spyware up in it, dummy. Whole building is bugged if they didn't think you had nothing to damn hear. Now crazy this cat shit.
He was talking about because even the building itself was built by the Chinese. So I think he was trying to evade the confrontation with
exactly. He was over there bowing down talking crazy. Yeah, we don't have nothing to hide. What are you talking about? Some of the secrets of mine and the secrets of what's going on between you and other leaders, well, so-called other puppets. Find out where the resources are being. If you got some secret resources that you haven't told the white man yet, that you siphoned off yourself from the people and the white man, everything is goddamn information. What are you talking about, stupid?
But of course, I understand that the leaders that have been mentioned are also many. Some of these leaders that have been put up on that particular list that have been hacked. The likes of Emmanuel Macron. I do see also on these reports that claim that also Emmanuel Macron has been has identified in leaked Pegasus projects. I do believe it's the same one with the Chinese spyware. The Chinese spyware, and among other different leaders right here. South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa was also among the 14 world leaders identified in the records. The leaked database at the heart of the Pegasus projects include the mobile phone numbers of the French president, Emmanuel Macron, and 13 other heads of state in the government. The Guardian is revealing there are so many other leaders whose information is also involved in this.
They don't need your phone no more. All they got to do is just send a certain wave to get control of your phone. They can clone your phone. You don't even know it. Like Edward Snowden said. So a crowd to be up in there in France licking on somebody else's dick. They be looking at, we got you. We know you're a faggot. You like sucking dick. Now you're gonna do what you tell you to do. Like you know you like sucking dick or being with little boys. We know you like little fucking little kids. You pedophile. Now you're gonna do our bidding. Global, you're gonna do our bidding and do what you tell. We're gonna expose your nasty ass.
I see. Kagame has also been using the software. Kagame has also been using the spy technology from Israel
Get my thing out.
to hack the phones from the Ugandan officials, and journalists. I do know that Kagame, of course, he actually also has his background in intelligence. I understand. But he has also been using this particular Israeli spy technology. But even if it were to be used, maybe even if it were to be used against him, he will not really say anything about it because he's also implicated in this particular. It says the Iranian government, led by President Paul Kagame, employed Israeli spy technology Pegasus to monitor the phones of high-ranking political and military figures in the Great Lakes region. There has been some revelation according to OCCRP. The list of selected numbers, according to the group of investigative journalists who concluded the research, shows that Kagame used Pegasus in a bid to hack phones of high-profile officials in its neighboring countries, Uganda, Burundi, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, in an attempt to access confidential communication. I do believe that is why Kagame will not even say anything, because he himself is also using the same spy technology, and that is why he was also saying that Africa has no spy-worthy information to be bagged from the African Union building. But nonetheless, that is exactly what is happening. You should also be very, very careful on what is happening with your info, even as you use your phones. Someone was actually saying you might think you're watching the TV, but the TV might be watching you. The smart TV.
The TVs are watching you. It was Snow that 8 years ago. The TVs are watching you. Anything you think is not watching you, so you better unplug it. You gotta make sure that it's on the internet. You gotta unplug it. You gotta plug it from the wall. And if you got some of them got cameras in the damn TV, you don't even know it. You better unplug it. I unplug all my shit. Everybody look at it. We're gonna go back and look at the Edward Snowden movie. That movie was disturbing. How much you be there? You think your computer off? They looking right at you. And he told me he's with his wife or girlfriend. He taped the damn camera and put it down. He said, "What are you doing? It's off." He said, "No, it's never off," because he knew it. He's part of that Pegasus. She said, "No, it's never off. You think it's off? It's never off. You think the computer's off? Computer's never off. They're looking at us right now. Looking at you right now." So
you might.
I always unplug my damn stuff, and I always put a damn piece of tape over my camera.
Now, with all these 5G technology, it means that these surveillance will actually be made easy. The technology with everything, the microwave, your everything, and even if there was to be an attack, because now these attacks have become, it's like that is the new battlefield. Like the new battlefield we do here, Russians are blaming the USA, the USA blaming the South Korean, the Koreans also blaming the USA, and it's now a blame game that has continued. But it seems like Israel also is on top of their game in terms of getting to surveil over conduct.
Israel is one of the most wicked players on the planet. We know create Israel was by the damn Zionists who control the fucking globe. So anything that Israel does is wicked as shit. And if you say, "Oh, you're now anti-Semitic," you're anti-Semitic from people who are not even Semitic. You don't hate these people because they got an old African religion that they stole. Shit, you're not a Semitic. You're not. Was no white. Was no white king. People. They didn't leave Palestine black and come back white. So let's stop with the goddamn hustle. For years, we just supposed to accept the same way you got people down in South Africa calling themselves Afrikaners. I call you Dutch. I'm not gonna call you no Israeli. I'm gonna call you a goddamn European who converted to an African religion. That's what you did. That's what you are. I'm not saying it's bad or good. You got the right to convert. Are you the original people of that religion? No, you're not. No. And I'm not gonna say you are, because you're not.
And
Go ahead,
also
Spence.
it seems like the surveillance these are surveillance game will be going on for a long time. They are also getting to suspend or also getting to to censor. They are also getting to censor also their fellow white supremacists with this, because there has been these representative. Her name is Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has been suspended. Twitter has been suspended because she actually went out and they are saying she has given COVID misinformation. The Republican had claimed the disease was not dangerous for non-obese people and also the under 65-year-olds. And now her Twitter has been taken. Her Twitter has been she has been
Of course.
suspended
That's
from
how you know
Twitter.
it's a controlled. That's how you know it's a controlled effort. And it's funny. You say anything about, well, give me the science. They don't ever debate me the damn science. Oh, they never want to debate the science. So, well, let's see what's in the shit. Oh, you don't got the law to look at what's in it. Then what the fuck are you talking about then? Hey, let's just debate science. Let's debate the science of it. They never do that. So, but you know, they are complicit in what's going on. That's as simple as that. That's why that's why you got censorship going on everywhere. Everywhere. You're not supposed to tolerate any censorship in the United States. You got freedom of speech. That's why these damn platforms need to be made into damn utilities, public utilities, because they're already going over the antitrust laws. So, and they're going against the Nuremberg codes as well. I just teach everybody that Nuremberg codes, know what they are, and you said to anybody, Nuremberg codes, damn it. That you always went to me about the Jews being murdered by the Germans, the Jews, in the Holocaust, all the Jews. Well, after they murdered these Jews, they set up something called the Nuremberg trials. And after those trials, they had the Nuremberg code. That you're not allowed to put shit in my motherfucking body without my permission. Period. That's international law. So you trying to do that and implement
But
this shit
also,
globally goes against the Nuremberg code. Go ahead, Spikes.
I was just saying that Trump was trying to fight back on these big social media companies, but he hasn't really succeeded any bit with that. But nonetheless, there is also something else going on, and this has to takes us to the
Collusion. When you got the state, and private companies colluding with the state, it's called what? Fascism. It's not called democracy. When you got somebody supposed to live in a democracy, a democratic republic, let's get it even more correct, a democratic republic, which is supposed to live in. Democratic republic, no one should be telling you they got the right to block your messages. Are you talking to your grandmother, your mom, your sister, your daughter, your brother, your cousin, or whatever good friend you may have on any form of communication platform? That's how you live. You're living in fascism. You set up a fascistic state. Like they got in damn China that they said that communism bullshit that they set up there. Every line of government they set up has always been wicked and failure. All of it. And black people, we're gonna do it. White people, we're gonna copy and paste their wicked shit. Why it don't never work nowhere else? It works for them to control you. Their wicked ass forms of government has never worked nowhere. Ain't it funny? And like I said, their main government's always been feudalism. So what they're doing now, creating a 21st century feudalism, where the top people own everything, and you are a feudal serf, begging for a piece of rice or some damn plants, whatever the hell they were. The bugs and the fake meat that Bill Gates, we're gonna give you a bunch of fake meat, plastic meat. You'll beg for it and say it's good. So they said that's what they always done. Feudalism is their culture. So they're going right back to who they always been. Set up a new feudal state for the 21st century. Go ahead, Spikes.
And I agree with you. People have really to look at what is happening and what will be of the future. I do know that, of course, they will also try harmonize and put people on a digital currency. And for example, for China, I know that they were trying to have these social credit system where they will be
They ain't
surveilling
trying.
on
They
you.
already got it. They're not trying. It's already implemented. They're not trying. It already exists. Go ahead.
The social credit system where they will be spying on you and knowing if you do have a speed ticket or if you do have if you do have you do any kind of a wrong, then your credit score goes down. I do believe that they are also
Wrong
using the
compared
same.
to who, Spikes? Wrong to who? Wrong to the government masters. If you speak out on injustice, you get your social credit gone down. That's what they want to put this shit around the planet. That's why China was the testing ground and the implementation of all this wicked ass shit that they want to do globally. And thank God most people are saying, fuck no, we're not Chinese. We're not going to go along with this shit. Open war. You're not going to push us in no credit system and digital currency. Fuck your digital currency. We're not going to go. They always want to be centralized and control everything where they create nothing. They steal everything, and then they want to be the boss of everything while creating nothing but death and destruction.
That is that is how they do get to operate. And people by now we should have actually learned and find our ways of countering. But I want to take us a little bit further into the topic of the broadcast. And there has been the listening the legislative committee which was doing a hearing on the CLT, or the critical race theory in Missouri. And the legislative committee has held a hearing on how race and racism is taught in schools without hearing from any Black Missourians. This was an invite only, I understand. And the legislative committee on Monday held a hearing on how the educators teach K-12 students about race and racism without hearing from any Black Missourians. No Black parents, teachers, or scholars testified in the Joint Committee on Education during the invite-only hearing on a critical race theory. Aside from an official from Missouri Education Department, the only people who testified Monday were critics of the critical race theory, which is a way of thinking about America's history through the lens of racism. Missouri
That's all
NAAC.
bullshit. Because no one talking about critical race. And somebody white came up with that shit. And all they're doing how white people have done some wrong. They don't want to admit. They don't want to admit that they've ever done wrong. They don't like to hear the truth about themselves. It's not any critical race theory. It's either history or it's not. It either happened or it didn't. There's no critical race theory and all this old dumbass. Remember, whenever they try to explain something and give it a name, that means they've already set the narrative to be destructive towards us. Critical race. What the fuck is critical race theory? Absolutely nothing. It's some white people thinking of some bullshit. Either it happened in history or either it didn't. So it's just history. Nothing critical about it. Well, white people don't want to acknowledge their fucking fuckery and shit they're done. So they go, oh, it's critical race theory, and we don't want to step down critical race theory about these black people. So I say, all white people are bad. Oh, critical race theory. The fuck is either it's history or it's not. Did it happen? Yes or no? That's it. You ain't got to be critical whether it happened or not. Either it happened, then what's critical about the truth? Either it's true or it's not. Like, that's it.
And it's not a theory as well.
Exactly. It's not a theory. Exactly. Your history is not a theory. What white people have done to you in this country is not a theory. These are facts that they burned, that they hung alive.
You're breaking up again, Keith.
These are facts. I'm breaking up.
Yeah, you're breaking up a bit, but I agree with you that the 300 people, the over 300 people that they killed in Oklahoma during the race massacre is not a theory. That is something that, of course, has also been left out in the education system.
That's critical race theory, Spike. It's critical race theory. It's critical race theory. You ever notice whenever it's black people's history, there's always some bullshit critical race theory. Anybody else other history is not being told? Go always when black people, it was critical race theory. It's always sinister. Always some sinister shit going on. It's critical race theory. Go ahead.
That is how they do it. But many they are saying it has been said that many Republicans view the concept underlying a critical race theory as an effort to rewrite American history and persuade white people that they are inherently racist and should feel guilty because of their advantages with the white card or the advantages that they do get to get from our system.
But the truth is, these are elite. No, they're gonna get it. This is them divide and conquer. Understand? They divide, get white people all mad. But they are inherently racist. That's a fact. Globally, that's a fact. You know, it's a fact that you're inherently racist. How is it that is it? You go again against the laws of averages. How is it where you go on the planet, white on the top and black on the bottom? If there was a system involved to keep white on the top and black on the bottom, that would go against the laws of averages. That would be statistically impossible unless there was a system designed to make sure that stays the case. You get it? So you not able to say that that's common sense, that's science, right? That goes against the laws of physics, so we're going to use physics, okay? It couldn't be natural for black people to be on the bottom everywhere naturally. That one goes against the laws of averages, which is physics. So you being supposedly a living white person, you be able to easily figure that out. But you're like, no. I told you, any gain in black people globally, not just in America, globally, causes white rage. That's what you see going on in South Africa. You're dirty niggas in here stealing my white stuff that I stole from you. How dare you niggas try to get equal with me? How dare you? Causes white rage.
But also we were discussing was it last week, but one about their nature, and also when Dr. Mombi was really also breaking down their nature, they are also they have a false sense of identity. They have they also have, they are also they're just liars.
You're dealing with a psychopath. Like I told she understood fine. She's psychopath. But I called it forever. You're dealing with a functioning psychopath. Africans can't understand that you're dealing with a psychopath. You break down behavior, you're talking about a psychopath. Go ahead, Spike.
Yeah, that is exactly what Dr. Mombi was also breaking it down now when it comes to the matter of their nature. Nonetheless, there has been the matter of South Africans, and it seems now that the South African, the white, the Mzungu South Africans have actually been very, very proud to circulate the photos of the black.
You've been shot and been murdered. Yeah, you're talking about a psychopath. Look at the way we shot these niggas in the street. It's great. Yeah. But you guys, you're Joby. Oh my God, the violence. Oh my God. White people like, goddamn right, violence. Kill these niggas. Look at this blood pour in the streets. See, you and Joby shows humanity. Oh, the violence. I'm sad. I'm loving. White man told you, let these niggas blood pour in the streets. Go ahead,
they have been sharing the videos. They have been sharing the videos to their children. But there's this particular gentleman.
Children all over the country. Listen, you got somebody. Listen, Spike. You got somebody in Indiana looking at that in the basement, jerking off to that shit. Oh, look at this damn. Look at this nigga's head blown off. Oh, hell yeah.
They have
getting orgasmic nutting on themselves. You think I'm joking? I'm serious. You got somebody in Indiana in a basement fucking jerking off to this goddamn video. These black people's heads blown off. Oh, yes. Keep it coming. Do you got some more? Oh, yes. Yes.
The tally was 72 people that were killed. I understand, maybe perhaps even more. But these also was what the brother was talking about and speaking to these Mzungus.
This message goes out to all our white compatriots in South Africa.
White compatriots. You dead in the head, nigga. Like you ain't know your enemy. Our white compatriots are buddies. Fucking you dumbass Negro. Shut the fuck up.
Those of you who might be tempted to show videos of Africans looting to your children, and tell them that this is how blacks behave, they're savages. While you're at it, tell your children.
What's they gonna eat you? Because you're a
And
dummy, because they're your enemy, stupid. That's why they do it.
black people,
They're your enemy, dummy. Yeah, wake up, call, hello. They're your enemy, dummy.
still
That's why they
cook,
do it.
they steal sugar. But unlike that, they steal meat, they steal cooking oil, they steal sugar. But unlike them, your white ancestors steal whole continents, whole countries, enslave millions of black people. Not because they've committed a crime, but because they are black, simply because of the color of their skin.
And they
While
don't care about that. They like,
children
yes, you're white, dummy, African. Yes, why we did it.
invented slavery, it was white people who invented racism. And while you are busy salivating over what you think is white civilization, don't forget to tell your children that every war that has ever been fought, from World War I, from all the civil wars that have been fought, World War II, in almost every continent of the world, there's been white architects behind it. It is white ancestors. They are white ancestors who have been responsible for looting of continents, stealing whole generations. You see, difference between white people and black people is that when black people steal, they steal to satisfy a need. When white people steal, they steal for generations to come.
Yep.
And they
steal everything. They make you feel bad about it.
They're busy glorifying and reveling in the unfortunate incidents. Remember to tell your children the truth, that every major conflict in this world has been started by white men.
That every major gonna tell them that. It was a yes, this started about so we can control and dominate. That's why you live good. That's what they gonna tell their white kids. They gonna tell their white kids, yes, why we do it, so we can live. You see how you live? See how these niggas live? You don't wanna live like these niggas all fucked up and impoverished, run out here trying to get cooking oil and all fucked up. You got fucked up feet, you got holes in your underwear. That's why we stole everything. And we're gonna keep it too with our weapons. And they're gonna be all sad like you talking that dumb shit. Tell your kids why you've done it. They're like, yeah, we robbed and stole. Look at the way you live now. And look at the way the nigga lives all impoverished. Goddamn right we stole it.
They have no remorse. Yeah, I agree with you, Kid. They have no remorse.
Is facing every continent around the world. Their white ancestors are responsible for it. Have a good day.
They make their white ancestors heroes. Cecil Rhodes is a hero. King Leopold is a hero. These crackers that came in Africa are heroes, dummy. They're rapists and murderers. They made statues and heroes out of them. So they already know. When you go to their white schools, you learn about their white rapists, their white pillagers of Africa. And they told you, you better worship these. You better worship these motherfuckers, you know, good nigga. These are great people. And you say, okay, they're great people. That's why you got a Rhodes Scholarship. You hear some dumbass, goofy African talking about, I'm part of the Rhodes Scholarship Program. You're like, what? The same Cecil Rhodes that murdered your grandmother and raped her? Yes, I'm part of that Cecil Rhodes Scholarship Program. All right, goofy nigga.
That is what is happening, and I agree. They have no sense of remorse. Neither do they even have a falsified sense of identity. If you do ask them, they believe that they are everything.
Hey, the South African, he tells some truth, but he's still a moron. What your kids this? Motherfucker, they do tell their kids that, you dummy. They know. You think they don't know how they stole the world? You think they don't know? You think they gonna say, oh, we're sad that we're living in this big ass house with AC while these niggas across the corner in South Africa living in a fucking a tin can and shit with no bathroom and no running water? They don't know why. Sounds crazy.
Anyhow, on a lighter note, I actually happened to come across these particular stories are totally unrelated to what we are discussing today. But there has been
African stop being embarrassed with fucking stealing shit that you were stolen from anyway. Who cares about the videos? So the South African Negro's mind is fucked up. Mind is broken. Who gives a shit what they say? about you. You dumb. You. They put you in survival mode, you dummy. That shit, all you doing is stealing back the shit that belonged to you anyway from the no good fucking stinking ass Indian, from the no good stinking ass Asian, from the no good stinking ass Caucasian who reveled in your goddamn, reveled in the theft that they gave the African people. You don't feel sorry about stealing back your own shit. It's called Africa. They stole it. They came to Africa and fought. Why the fuck is the Asian there? Why the fuck is the East Indian there? Because the British brought them in to be a buffer class to you. They installed this no good zipperhead Indian. Who gives a shit about them putting videos about you taking your shit back and stealing? Oh, look at the Indian. Look at the way these Negroes act, robbing and stealing. The motherfucker, you stole it from me. Why the fuck I'm supposed to feel sorry about that? That's my shit. I'm stealing my shit back. How about that? When Nelson Mandela gay ass come out of, I call it hiding in that prison. Did you get back your diamond mines? Did you get back your damn gold mines? Oh no, you get none of that back, did you? So you going against a few fucking TVs and all that dumb shit that's actually yours. It's actually yours, African. You're supposed to be shamed. I tell a motherfucking crack over, you better kick rocks and get out my goddamn face. That's what you better do.
You know what the these will be telling their children. They will be telling their children, look at we sold the land in Zambia, and then when it was taken from us, they had to pay us. You know, there was a rolling out of some payments. Was the land, the farmers.
Africans still try to be moral in poverty. Oh, you put out look what you done. You put out these videos about us stealing and robbing. But what about you? They know what they done, dummy. I mean, what about them? They know how they stole the world. Come on, what about you? They gladly make movies about them killing your ass and own everything. They don't run from that.
That is what makes them proud about themselves. But nonetheless, I found
exactly. Go ahead, Spike. Sorry, go ahead.
On a light note, there was this particular young lady. She's not a young lady, but she's one of the suspects caught after she was asking about reward money for her arrest on a Facebook post.
I feel guilty about stealing back my own shit. You're crazy. I said the African is a moron. You come in my house, steal all my shit. I still back have a TV in the side room, and you try to make me but you don't know good nigga, you stole the side TV in the other room. I know I stole the whole house. And stuff. But so what? That's no crime for me. Like what? Only African people do that. It blows my mind. Get mad about me stealing my own shit back, you better go kick rocks. Fuck out of here. If it's so bad, why don't you go back to Europe? Ain't it funny? Ain't none of them, even after this, you see any white people packing up and taking their ass back to Europe, Spikes? Oh no, they're not.
They won't.
Hey, how about you pack up and go back to Europe? I'm not going back to no damn Europe. I'm not going back there. Africa, we stole Africa, and we plan to keep the shit we stole. Shit.
And also, you remember the other same ones that we'll be telling the African people in the States to go back to Africa. And when you go back to Africa, you find them right
there. When we over here, you niggas go back to Africa. I did go back to Africa, and when I got there, I found you. Like, damn. You telling me to go back to Africa and I found your ass. Me, man.
And Sister Monica, you're saying things I don't have ancestors, that they have demons. I agree with you 100%. And also, Jim, and I agree with you. You're saying that they tear their barbarism. It's like they crown it. You know, they want to put a crown on it so that they can celebrate it. And they feel no sense of remorse. Even if this gentleman talks about, you know, go tell the children this, they wouldn't. They are very, very proud of all the death that they have caused, and also the domination of everyone else, and also causing a destruction. They are very, very much proud of that. Nonetheless, I was just saying on a lighter note, I want to share with us something that happened.
Check this out,
Yeah.
Spikes. Hold on. See, most Black Americans was stupid too, right? They always say because they made Africa so bad. Oh, Africa's fucked up. Oh, Africans are dirty. They live in trees and they eat their own shit. Like, damn, Africans eating their own shit and trees. So you never want to identify with being African, right? So everybody said, you go back to Africa, you what they call you, jungle bunny and a African booty scratcher. You African booty scratcher, go back to Africa, right? And then you go, but they'll tell you when you go back to Africa, them motherfuckers are there. You tell me go back to Africa and I see you. I first went to Africa, I'm like, damn, what's all these white people doing here? What's going on? Tell me go back to Africa and all these motherfuckers are there.
Even
know,
when you
go ahead.
even when you get on a plane, you will find all of them on the same plane. You find many of them, more of them.
You'll find nothing but white people. You ain't find no. You might find one black person from America going back to Africa, or going to Africa to visit or something. Right? They made it so scared and so scary and shit. All these Africans are all poor and flies and the dirt, the flies. Usually when I was a kid, girl, you said, "Oh no, I can't go to." I said, "Hey man, you think about? We probably need to go to Africa." So, oh hell no! Africa got so many flies. The flies. I said the flies. Flies. Oh, the flies. I can't deal with all those kind of flies. Flies on the baby's faces. The flies and the starvation. I said, everybody can't be starving. And to me, yeah, it is. Like you see it on TV, the starving and the babies and the flies. There's so many damn flies.
But
damn, is that many damn flies? Yeah, the flies. I don't know if I never forget that was some dumb chick talk. I don't know why they don't get a fly swatter over there. Swat some of the flies off them babies' faces. That's how ignorant we are in America. This girl told me, I think it was in high school. I don't know why they don't get no fly swatter and swat some of these flies off those babies' faces. They be all in their mouth and stuff.
that is a depiction of Africa on the minds of
That's the lie they told why the European is still, he's the one on the plane. They know the African is a moron in America too. He's scared to go. And so you go there, you see nothing but white people. He asked him, yeah, man, Africa's my place, man. That's where I go. I love it. He's like, what? Ain't you the same motherfucker told me to go back to Africa? Yeah, I know you're a dummy. You believe me, so shit.
That is what they are most proud of. As this is an issue saying, I'm glad I never believe none of those lies. I'm going back to home and we are coming with our rooms. And I also
the flies. Don't you see flies on Spike's head? He don't got no fly spot up in there. The flies.
Brother Lando Winter, thank you so much for being with us. You're saying you cannot train all domesticated reptiles. Crocodiles will eat you because that's its nature. White hybrid fall right into that analogy. I agree with you 100%. And I saw a comment from Sister Donna C earlier. Thank you so much. I haven't seen Sister Donna C for a minute, but thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. I also haven't seen Sister Light Bearer for a second, but
because that's the other channel. Remember, they don't know about these all these other channels, these new channels, right? I think the other ones. I think the new one. I mean, all ones come. The one comes. The regular first channel, Keith Newsom, comes back up tomorrow, and the Keith Newsom live channel comes back up Friday. Comes back up on live Friday. But we're not gonna use them though. They both got 2 strikes. We're gonna say what we gotta say and tell everybody to come to the internet. Come to the website and also come to these other channels. We're not gonna use this. I get tired of building up other channels and they strike them all down. Shit.
Orlando Winter is saying there's only one solution to solving our problem, our world problem. A hybrid, a variant, form of a mortal disease. It is our duty to exterminate that problem 100%. Precise 158 you saying in South Africa and corner west. And the brother was talking about what needs to be told the children, but they will be telling the children of their exploits and what damage they have done to black people. I was talking about.
He's asking for the morality of white people. Why do you do it? Won't you tell your children the truth? They're gonna tell no, we subjugate these niggas because they dumb. We rule they stupid asses. That's how we stole the world. And we're gonna keep the world and keep ruling they dumb ass. While they worship us and we're gonna keep ruling these dumb ass niggas. What we're gonna do. That's what they're gonna teach the kids. You know, there ain't nothing changed. The kids, the kids are already grown now from Nelson Mandela. That's 30 years ago, and they treat you the same way. They already taught their kids. You black people keep talking about, oh, we're gonna teach them morality. We're gonna show them how fucked up we are, how we feel. Say, yeah, you nigga, you feel fucked up. We stole it. That's right. So what? Pick rocks. Go ahead, Spike.
They have no morality, so how will you be teaching something that you do not have?
No, black people keep thinking they're like you. They're not like you. That's the problem. You don't know. The African doesn't know he got enemies. He doesn't. Still don't get who's your fucking enemy. And in South Africa, I think you're fucking out your mind. But you don't know the goddamn enemy is. These motherfuckers been in South Africa for 400 years now. How the hell you don't know your enemy is now? How you don't know it? Why don't you know it? What the hell is going on that you don't know who your damn enemy is? And they've been there raping, killing, pillaging, murder. You get some goofy nigga come out, yes, we're all going to be all peaceful. We're going to do truth and reconciliation, but they can own all the land. And they can just say, yeah, we killed you niggas in the street and everything's good. All this dumb shit. Are you a fucking functionally retarded in South Africa? Hell's going on? But you don't know your goddamn enemy. You got no excuse. Talking about your, he's still calling the goddamn South African his damn, the white man, his compatriot, my fellow South African patriot. You need to be taken out of the head. You need to be hit in the head and back of the fucking head. He's talking about compatriot. The other Africans who got Nelson Mandela out of prison that you seem to have xenophobia with are your compatriots, you dummy. They're the ones who went to war for your stupid ass.
And morality is
and people in America went to war against the banks for your ass. You ain't know none of this. Why wasn't this history taught to your ass? Because it's called critical race theory. You're not supposed to know the truth. That Angola was on your goddamn borders. Even though they fucked up by not going in fucking Namibia and South Africa. Wasn't the goodness of no white man's heart. That what these dumb and South Africans believe. The white man got good and said, yes, let's end apartheid. That's your rat. And fuck for your ass. The same ones you hate for a piece of bread. Oh, he's coming to steal our jobs. Motherfucker, the white man got all your jobs, you dummy. The white man stole all your fucking jobs. Not some brother from Zimbabwe with fucking holes in his feet. There is like holes in his shoes.
That is xenophobia. That is a xenophobia that is against the Mozambicans and the Zimbabweans. But our family also, there is something else that is also happening in New York. And I think New York has become also like California, where gentrification has happened at a very, very fast rate. At a very, very fast rate. But of course, there has been a lawsuit going on, and the people over New York, especially black families, have actually, picked up on the legal costs. There has been a third party transfer program that was introduced in New York, and this has thrown people out of their property. Black homeowners in central Brooklyn are taking action against the city after losing their homes at an alarming rate as part of a controversial third-party program. The city's third-party program allows for a qualified sponsor or a building developer to scoop up vacant or distressed or occupied properties that are in foreclosure. Critics have noted that it is mostly black and brown people that have been affected by the seizures, according to a report given from BK Brooklyn. An estimated 700 New York City homeowners have had their properties taken under the transfer program. A class action lawsuit is now brewing against the city, and it aims to bring justice to these particular families. About 700 of them whose property has just been taken. This is one of the individuals also elaborates a little bit more on the same. What
were receiving an onslaught of and on here, where black and brown long-term property owners were receiving an onslaught of individuals taking their houses away.
Just a few weeks ago, Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams sounded the alarm as his office received dozens of complaints from homeowners in gentrifying areas that lost their homes. Mixed in with the forced foreclosures, deed fraud, you may have heard three unfamiliar letters: TPT, which stands for Third Party Transfer Program.
TPT is not deemed damages. TPT.
They will also come up with that.
That's what dirty niggas get out of Brooklyn.
In California, as well as New York, they do not want black.
Yeah. They're getting rid of you.
But
received dozens of complaints from homeowners in rapidly gentrifying areas that had lost their homes. Mixed in with the forced foreclosures and deed fraud, you may have heard three unfamiliar letters: TPT, which stands for Third Party Transfer Program.
TPT is not a deed scam. It is not fraud. TPT is really, at its core, a program that's focused on the tenants. TPT is here to protect tenants and stabilize buildings.
Lisa Talma is the Assistant Commissioner at the city's Office of Housing Preservation and Development. HPD oversees the TPT program, which started in 1999 as a way to preserve quality, affordable housing. Under the program, homes are taken away from owners in debt, rehabbed by a nonprofit community group, and transferred to vetted sponsors.
Properties we're talking about, on average, they owe almost $900,000 to the city of New York.
The new owners sign regulatory agreements that include rent stabilization, and if the previous owner lived in the building, they and the other tenants are allowed to stay at rent-stabilized rates. Scott Short is the CEO of Riseboro Community Partnership, one of the community groups that gets the in-debt buildings back on track.
In all cases, we have been able to return tenants to apartments that have rents that are affordable to them through this program.
Since 1999, more than 500 buildings made up of more than 6,000 units have entered the TPT program. This year, there were more than 60 properties. While many of the buildings are larger apartment buildings and co-ops, Adam says it's the 2- and 3-family homes that caused him to raise an eyebrow.
HPD is wrong. When you try to balance the affordable housing crisis on the back of those small homeowners with 1- and 2-family houses, and you take $1 million home from them because they have a $3,000 water bill, that is not balancing our affordable housing. That's feeding the homeless crisis.
So is TPT adding to the homeless crisis? Joe Missouri, Pix 11 News.
And that is how people are being left homeless from these transfer program, and it's crazy because right now we are hearing about 700 families who are actually now going up to court. And this is exactly what it is. Time for the truth, no coding. You gotta call it what it is. Just stupid. Exactly. Just throwing the people out into the streets. In the name of a transfer program, and people also need to be woke where they are on in areas such as that, and also have a plan, a plan as well, a backup plan as well, in case things also go all the way south. But nonetheless, I was saying that on a lighter note, there has been a story that I happened to come across. And this really makes our people look bad. I know we are not this, we can never be like this, but there is this particular lady in Oklahoma, and she was being sought after by the police because of a case that because she was on the run allegedly for being an accessory to a murder in March. She has been arrested after commenting on the police department's Facebook post asking about her reward money. The strange deal began on last Wednesday when the Tulsa Police Department in Oklahoma posted a couple of images of Lorraine Graves on Facebook as part of their weekly Most Wanted campaign. And when they did, she actually also put she put a comment under it. The Tulsa Police Department is looking for the information about the whereabouts of Lorraine Graves. The post read, Lorraine Graves is charged with accessory to murder. Detectives say she was involved in the city's 10th homicide in 2021, where Eric Graves was shot and killed at the St. Thomas Square apartment. Not longer after the post went up, authorities saw a familiar name in the comment section, Lorraine Graves. And where is the reward money at? Lorraine Graves can be seen posting after she saw that she was on the weekly Most Wanted list. On a screenshot shared by the Tulsa Police Department. Her comments, perhaps unsurprisingly, sparked a lot of reaction on social media. Girl, you better stay off social media. They can track you, one person commented. And ain't gonna be as funny when you get processed, said another one in an image shared. And this is the Tulsa Police Department, and this is a screenshot that was put out. I'm not really sure how valid this particular story be, because how stupid can one be to get to a point where the police are looking for you and you just jump right just in front of them and start asking for these money that
every day you use multiple communications.
Sorry, that they offer to actually apprehend these suspects. Nonetheless, apart from that, I just want also to highlight something that has to do with the health, and it's very, very important because at the end of the day, we do say that we are what you eat, we are what you eat. And it's also very, very important that you also get to focus even on having your body also catch a rest. I think this conversation was with us when you were on the chat earlier on the WhatsApp chat group. In case you would like to join us on our official chat WhatsApp chat group, again, I will be sharing the link later with us. But yes, there has been some health benefits of actually fasting. You know, intermittent fasting. Sometimes it's very, very difficult, especially without a discipline for anyone really to just decide that they want to go and go on an intermittent fasting. But I want to share with us briefly on some of the benefits of really getting, having your body also rest and eating and do the intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting could provide many health benefits beyond weight loss. That's according to an article in the New England Journal of Medicine. Here, breaking all down for us, NBC medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar. Full disclosure, I did this for about 4 or 5 days.
How'd it go?
Carson stuck me into it. It's not for me, but I think it's partly because of the schedule. But I was surprised to hear that it's beyond weight loss.
Yeah. So this was actually a review of past animal and human studies for multiple years. And what the authors posit as potential benefits, in addition to weight loss, is improving obesity, improving insulin resistance, cholesterol, hypertension, inflammation, also some cognitive parameters, all things that could theoretically improve longevity. How does this work? They say, well, it's all about this thing called the metabolic switch. So what happens when you fast is that your body burns through all the sugar in the liver. Ultimately, then it has to transition into burning fat for fuel. That actually starts this whole signaling cascade in the body that helps to suppress inflammation. It starts to repair damaged cells and has all these benefits on a cellular level that could contribute to all of these potential health benefits.
Your body also becomes grumpy sometimes as well.
Yes. Good point, Kristen. They do say that it can take a couple of weeks, even months, to sort of, equilibrate when you do something like this. But I should mention that there are not I wouldn't say concerns, but some things to sort of point out for people who are considering doing this, especially in the new year. There aren't really any long-term studies yet on the potential health benefits. We're talking long-term. A lot of the studies that were done on overweight young and middle-aged adults, so unclear if it's generalizable to everyone. And I think it is important to note that children shouldn't do this, elderly people should not necessarily do this, people who are underweight or have eating disorders, pregnant, breastfeeding women. So there's, if you're going to do something like this, definitely do it with the guidance of a doctor and a nutritionist.
To Craig's point, though, isn't it tough to do this diet if you have a schedule that is complicated?
Well, that's the thing. So there's two main ones that I think are the most popular. One is the 16 and the 8, and one is the 5 and the 2. So the 16 and the 8 is basically that you're fasting for 16 hours and you have an 8-hour window where you're doing your eating. And by the way, you should be eating healthfully.
You can't just go out.
Fast food for 8 hours and then and the other one is the 5 and 2, where you're basically eating normally for 5 days, and then on 2 non-consecutive days you're restricting your calories. So people who are working night shifts or who have difficult may not get to that 10 to 12 hour point where that mechanism, that metabolic boom starts to really kick in. You need to have that prolonged period of fasting in there.
And that's a little bit on some of the benefits of intermittent fasting. I do believe your body just good. If you also take a break from also consuming our foods back to back, and maybe do twice, maybe do 2 days that are non-consecutive in a week, and of course that would be really a way of just getting to try and see that of course working out for you. Sister Stacey Thomas, you're saying intermittent fasting causes a long life. I also agree with you, and you're saying facts should eating. What nature provides, and eating the sun. I do believe that is what it is. Eating, getting to do some sun gazing, also enjoying and basking in the sun. And what nature provides more than the nonsense they call food, which is a poison to us. Yes, the foolishness doesn't work for black folk. Your body function is a completely. No, I think it does. It does. It around the winter. It does. Intermittent fasting also does. When you say that foolishness, it doesn't work for black folk. It does. I agree. It does. It actually does work. And they are gentrifying in Tallahassee. Where is, I think I lost that comment. They gentrifying in Tallahassee. They just closed the largest section of a nature apartment complex here to tear it down and rebuild. You know, they're not going to rebuild it for black folks to live there. They will make it actually very, very expensive for black folk to afford to afford living back again, to afford living in those houses back again. So we might have more homeless people being reported, more numbers of homeless people being reported.
They putting black people hand them out. You live in a hand them out existence. Imagine African Americans are considered the richest people, richest Africans on the planet, and we're in poverty. But as a group, we're the richest against ethnic group out of all of Africa. We're the richest, and look how bad we are, and we're considered the richest Africans on the planet. Huh? you don't know we're on the bottom. African Americans are on shit here. We're impoverished. But we're better off than our people in South America, in the Caribbean, and in Africa. How crazy is that? And we're impoverished here. We are impoverished. Everyone on the globe. Go ahead, Spike.
But I also, like Avi was saying, I think sometimes we do not even practice group economics. I know that the white supremacy has black people at the bottom anywhere in the world. But I think also when it comes to matters of people practicing group economics, at the end of the day, we are also not the black.
They refuse to. Black people refuse to. Black people hate each other. Black people play tribal games. Okay, let's take South Africa because they just South Africa as a case study. South Africans cannot even get along with other black people in the country because they got tribal games in the Zulu. Shown, I don't know how many could be tribes up there. We have a tribe, but the damn Zulu, the damn Sangate people, and other people, they can't even get along there. White people play a global thing of white supremacy. They don't play tribe. They come together. Oh man, South Africa's trying to get free, Zimbabwe trying to get free. We're gonna put sanction on these niggas. Say, hey, you better get these white people back the land that they stole. And they'll say, oh, no, I'm from Denmark, and I'm from this tribe, and I'm from Spain, I'm from this tribe. They say we're white. We're going to defend white supremacy at all costs. Black motherfucker, no, we're going to separate and keep separating and separate to get smaller and smaller and smaller, less power, less power, less power. Completely the opposite. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm saying the division has cost us our power, and that is how we are not even able to rise again and get back to a place of power. And nonetheless, even as we get... Yeah, that is how we have actually lost power even over time because of these tribalism and also the religion as well. Earlier on the 54 corresponding shows.
That's why they call black people retarded. I'm gonna tell you why they call them retarded. They call black people. Pause that. They call black people fucking retarded. You can't look at another black person and know that's you. You can't see that. You're that fucking retarded. With your goofy tribal shit, you can't see that tribes are created nonsensical. You can't look at that other black person and know that's you. You can't see that. That's why the white people call Africans have small IQs and are retarded. That's what they call us. We're fucking retarded, and we deserve to be ruled. It's the only African that can't come together and know he's the same person. This shit's crazy to me. It's absolutely, like I said, remember, hold on. Let me say this. Remember, I just watched that movie called The Underground Railroad. Not that I was looking at some slavery movie, but they took the young girl, she's South African, played the lead role, right? I didn't know she's from South Africa. I knew she was me. How much they could put her in the role as an American slave. We didn't know she was South African.
That was the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, the Underground Railroad, the girl, the main character, she's South African. I didn't know that. I just thought she's pretty shit.
Yes.
I thought she's American. But I think this dark-skinned chick is fine shit. You know, I didn't say, oh, what tribe is she? She's not me. She's a different kind of tribe. Why should I like looking at this woman? What tribe is she from? Like, what?
No, but I always keep on asking, you know, kid, when you're fighting poverty, all you're fighting disease, all you're fighting other challenges that all are facing as a people, there will be no time to ask, you know, what tribe you are. Only that sometimes our people
No, exactly.
This is the lady that Kido was talking about, and what's
Yeah,
her name?
sure, yeah. Let's see, yeah, what's her name? I didn't know, I looked up the name, this lady, I didn't know she was South African. I thought she was an American black chick, right? And they got to play the major role. The funny part about it, after she played it, she needed counseling because it disturbed her so bad, you know, after the kind of slavery, you know, Africans went through over here. It disturbed her. She knows about apartheid in South Africa and all that shit. She's from there. She's like, I never experienced that. I had to get counseling after playing that fucking role.
You can see her wearing her. This is a South African. She's donning her South African necklace. Is it a necklace?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's a piece. It's a necklace. She's done.
I thought she was cute. You know, I got a thing for dark skinned women. Shit, that's my damn dark skinned women, dark skinned black women. All my damn kryptonite. Damn it.
But I would also not be surprised to find out that this other guy was a Nigerian. I wouldn't be surprised if I came to find out that these other, what do you call him?
He might be a Nigerian.
The slave cutter. I wouldn't be surprised to realize one day, wait a minute, this is Otu or Ekwe or these other Nigerians.
I was mad they didn't kill his little coon ass. I was mad they didn't kill his little coon ass. I think somebody killed his little coon, his kid. Somebody killed his little good goddamn coon.
He was a slave. He was the busiest slave catcher. Slave catcher. He was a busy slave catcher in that.
I can look at this woman and know that she's me. I ain't gotta know that she's from some goofy tribe or the dumb shit that keep Africans divided and keep us on the bottom. All these dumbass traits that keep us on the bottom. Idiotic shit that don't serve our power. If it don't serve African power, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Throw it away. That's too many enemies to deal with idiotic shit.
You know, fighting internally. When you're fighting internally, you do not even need an enemy from
exactly. When we're fighting each other, that's what we do is if we fight internally. You don't need the outside force that can control you. He's exactly right. White people ain't fighting internally with South Africa. That's why they ain't even leaving. Even these black people that blew out some steam. Hey, how about y'all leave? It's dangerous now, huh? You gonna leave South Africa? We ain't leaving no South Africa. Crazy. We own every damn thing. Fuck that. We ain't going no damn where. You crazy? Country's got made us millionaires. We ain't going no damn where. But it's dangerous. The black people that rose up and stole us. So what? We'll rebuild the shit. We got all the money. Hell, we give a damn.
They wouldn't care even if there was a looting every other day. But nonetheless, even as we wind up, I just wanted to play this video, just a reminder on how interracial marriages and dating have actually messed up our people. But you'll find people trying to
give if it looks like a Nigerian, looks like a little coon out of killed his ass.
give an excuse. People are always trying to give an excuse as to why we cannot unite, or as to why, giving an excuse for all the awkward behavior.
The phenotype of us look the same everywhere. If he's a Nigerian, I'll find a king that looks like a Nigerian. Because you know why? Because you walked throughout Africa. There were no borders. That's why me especially those guys and Congo and the other curator in Ghana said, we don't understand tribalism because Africans walked all over the globe. Exactly. It's because I got caught in Ghana when the white man showed up, don't make me Ghanaian. My family could have came from fucking Mozambique. They just walked across over and got caught when the white man stole the country. You walked all over the damn continent. It was a free continent. Africans moved around freely. They didn't have any passports and papers. They walked around the continent freely. So to call yourself in these goofy white European terms is idiotic. I'm Kenyan, I'm Nigerian, I'm Togolese. I'm fucking Cameroonian is absolutely idiotic. And what were you before the white man got there? I was a dirty savage sitting in a tree. That's what they told me. Okay. Hey, you dirty savage. Get out the tree and reclaim your damn pride and your culture.
I see a comment by KW Donna. You're saying she was not FWA or ADOS, so she did not deserve the role according to the.
That's the divided. That's the damn. Because they're agents of chaos. That's why you know these Negroes are agents by the white man. Told you, look what goes on and be discerning. But as he says, one little thing, they took down his little show, but they didn't ban his ass from YouTube for a couple of weeks. Why not? Those are the rules. Oh, he's above the, because he's an agent. And they cause confusion, hatred. They always get their puppet Negroes to have what? Dissension in the ranks, as Spike said. Destroys from inside, eternally. Internally. Internally. No, I was right. That's why I didn't care whether she was South African. She's an African. And she can play the role. I thought she was a cute African. And that little girl was good looking shit. I said, oh, she's an African, she's a South African. Because they enslaved African people. That's the history. So you don't want to know that. They came to Africa, they took Africans, put some Africans here too, yes, they were global. But they also came to Africa and took Africans. Those stories are real. Those are in the culture of those communities that people went missing. The white man stole them. They went to wars in Africa over their people being enslaved. Queen Zinga went to war. That woman went to war for her dad, for the Angolans and Congolese. They weren't going to war because they wasn't stealing African people. That's why she went to war. Then you hear some goofy nigga on YouTube ain't been past his damn front door. Oh, we're not all Africans. We were here. But nobody getting slayed. All this old dumb shit. Have you ever been to Africa? Have you ever done these shit? No, I haven't even been past my corner store. Well, shut the fuck up, dummy. Shut your dumb ass up. From a YouTube, anybody can say any old idiotic ass shit. They had wars on the continent because of slavery. Warfare was going on. You better agree with them stealing their damn cousins, their grandmothers, their damn sisters and their brothers. They went to war. You've been told, oh, the white man just came in and took people and nobody said nothing. You out your fucking mind. They went open wars in Africa. Open wars. They just say, hey, come steal our people. Steal my grandmother. Yeah, here, white man, take my grandmother, make her a slave in Cuba. Picking fucking sugar cane. What are you talking about? Go ahead, Spike.
I do see some comments from I see General Musico saying in the village is scratching booty. I also see exactly when you don't know your history, you will believe in anything. I agree with you 100%, Sister Nisha as well. So Thomas and Sister Monique. Keith's voice is almost gone. I'm not sure if he would be able to come up given a later.
My voice is almost gone. I got the spirit of Africa. When I get the spirit of African history, African knowledge, I get loud and obnoxious, and I want to knock a cracker in the mouth. God damn it! I'm gonna go to the store party and knock some cracker. He might say, "How you doing? Good day." I'm gonna knock him in his damn mouth. That's how I'm doing.
And we are winding up our family. I just want to thank everyone that has been with us on the broadcast. General Mosquito, Sister Nishpenda, KW Dawn, Sister Donna C earlier on. I think
somebody white gonna ask, somebody white gonna come and say, "How you doing? Have a good day. Are you enjoying your day? Can I help you?" I'm gonna knock your ass out for my ancestors, you no good bastard. What? What are you talking about? Talking about knocking your punk ass out. What I'm talking about.
Precise 158. Thank you so much. From Florida. Shepherd Simone joining us from South Africa.
I just want to know where you're gonna buy this taco or hamburger. I'm not eating your wicked ass food. My ancestors died so you can eat tacos over here. You know, good bastard.
And family, we are actually making the website is actually under construction, so you can we can be able to actually also stream on there as well.
Look, the guy, go to our website, Spike. Look, he's fixing it, but the other guy couldn't fix it. I went on there on the app. He's changing out the news thing, but it's fixed. You can actually pull it up on the computer, Spike. Let me see what the news, because it's fixed on the app. I said, he fixed it easily. And I got the black. I'm trying to keep you high, black dude, but you're pissing me off. I hired me a damn Sri Lankan. He goes in and fixed the damn site, even though he's changing it. He fixed it first. Oh man, I can't fix it, man. I can't get it to go right on that computer or on the app. I go in and look at the shit the dude then completely fixed it. See what the news and sports section looks like. It was always all cockeyed and messed up. Yeah, go to the news part.
Let me give you the seconds.
I guess it is still messed up. He fixed it on the phone. I'm surprised because he's changing. It's going to completely change. I told him, hey, you fixed it on the phone. He said, yeah, I got to fix the whole thing. It's all fucked up. Yeah, it's all messed up.
There is a bit of a change, not updated. I'm saying there's a bit of a change on it, but it's not updated.
Okay, yeah, but you can see, he's changing. See, it's getting visible. Look, see, that's moving exactly. He's changing now. See, it wouldn't do none of that. But what he's doing, he's updating it. So he's changing the whole thing. Where we have black news, black sports, and black everything on there, and regular news, international news, everything on there. So I got to hire Sri Lankan to do the shit right. I got your black ass, and you fuck. I still ain't fired your ass yet. I want you to do good. I want you to do right as a black person, man. Don't make me have to drop the hammer on you and fire your ass.
I see Zima Nakona saying 100, and I also Sister Monica saying true. Like, so that will, it's actually be an auction, so we hope that we will be able to stream on it, and the family can also sign up using the
yes. We're gonna show you exactly how to go on, so you know how to get to the streaming site. We'll show you how to sign up. We're gonna take it nice and slow, so everybody has no problem, and learn how to do it. Because a lot of shows are going to be just on the network and not on no damn YouTube, Facebook, none of that shit. Y'all know Spikes is mild as hell. They banned Spikes on YouTube channel because some shit Spikes did. I wasn't even on that show. Spikes is mild. They banned us for a month on Facebook.
It's intentional. Even if it was just a blank, just a blank page or something, they would have found a way of making it violate the community guidelines. So I know what it is. But nonetheless, family, I want to thank everyone for joining us on the show. I see Joby saying good night to everyone, and I also see Monique here.
Joby, did you get your new? Did Joby get her phone yet? Did you get your phone yet, Joby?
No, she probably will have it probably tomorrow or on that.
Yeah, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, whatever. Yeah. Also, not make sure you don't get no Huawei. Like I'm sending you guys up to go to Mombasa. August. Hey, hold on. Like, here's a question. Because there's a train leave from Mombasa on Sundays. I got you. There's a train working on Sundays.
I do believe it does. I would have to confirm. I have never been on that train, but I do believe it does. It does. I think it does. It has to. It does. So I just confirm with the same. Just confirm on the same and get back to you.
Yeah. I want you to film. Yeah. Once you get back, when you get on, make sure you film yourself knocking out some Chinese motherfucker on there. Let me stop. I don't want you to go to jail. Let me stop. Like me singing, dear mama, hugging on my mama from a jail cell.
That was Tupac. was too far. But nonetheless, my family, if you want to wind up, and I was saying that sometimes as a black people, we do find excuses for all sorts of off-court behavior. And one of them has to do with interracial dating, and people will find ways around, just finding excuses on how it should be, how it's right, or how it's not bad dating outside the US. But nonetheless, I will play that video tomorrow once we get back on
the your boss got you in jail, but you don't knock on no agents for him, baby. Got me hugging on my mama from a jail cell.
That is Keith becoming the rapper right there. But nonetheless, I want to thank everyone.
Much love, family. Much love. Everybody have a wonderful night. Hey, maybe I might come on tonight. What the hell? I can't use no damn. I had to go on Stream. I can't use the regular Google app. I'm kicked off of there. So I couldn't share no videos or nothing. I just got to talk to you guys.
That's a problem. You might have to use our StreamYard to get back on that.
I got you StreamYard. Much love, family. Everybody take care of themselves. You guys. It's Mike the Rebel. Mike to get his mom be upset with him. He'd be a rebel. His grandmother was a rebel, though. His grandmother was a real rebel. His grandma was a real rebel. Grandma was the real thing. Always give love and respect to Grandma Spikes.
This is Black Radio, video for the 21st century.